Hi everyone and welcome to DeFi Daily, the channel where every day we talk about DeFi, going through different analysis, tutorials and news. Today we are going to talk about Mango Markets. Mango Markets is a DeFi platform into the DeFi ecosystem of Solana. And it is special because it is offering us, through a DEX that is leveraging Serum, the Serum technology, the possibility to trade with a margin account like the Binance account that is offering margin trading, but also the possibility to trade futures like a centralized exchange. And we will go through about the platform, the price, and in which direction is headed this project. Before to start, I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. It's really easy. All you have to do is just press the subscribe button and I will be really grateful if you do it. Please leave me also a thumbs up to help me spread the word, to reach more people and to sustain the channel. And this is just a small gesture, but really means a lot to me. A quick disclaimer before to start, always remember that all the contents in this channel are just for educational purpose and nothing has to be intended as a financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that could be great, but please do your own research before doing it. Okay guys, we are ready to start and I would like to jump into the topic starting with the Mango homepage of the website. And as you can see from the disclaimer into the payoff of the platform, they are saying long and short everything, lightning fast, near zero fees, permissionless. And this is really interesting because it shows us how the DEX platforms are changing and they are becoming day by day closer on what we are used to have on Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, FTX, Bybit and so on. The difference is not anymore so big, and it's something that is really important to understand because as you have seen just a couple of days ago with China that banned all the cryptos, what happened in that moment? It happened that the volume on DEX platforms just exploded. Like for example, DYDX, the trading volume on that kind of DEX has just surpassed, at least for that 24 hours, what was going on Bybit. So we are seeing something that is can really be disruptive, because if on one side that's true that you can ban some company, that you can stop Binance, FTX and so on to work on a certain territory, for example in China, but you can't simply stop a decentralized platform because you can't stop internet. It is just a protocol loaded on the network, and it's something that will be always available for people that can't use any other centralized exchange. Not to mention that this kind of platform could be even more reliable, more fast, with less fee and so on. So we are really talking about something that can disrupt all the ecosystem, or at least whatever we have seen till now on the crypto space. And how does it work, Mango Markets? It is leveraged by the technology Serum, and if you missed it, I made a complete overview on Serum and why Serum is the secret weapon for Solana, and I will leave the link here in the right corner so you can have a look. And if we go down into the website, as you can see here, every market cross-collateralized. What does it mean? It means that Mango allows you to use any kind of collateral and even cross-collateral. So you can use your cryptos to use futures, margin trading and so on. And we will see in a moment exactly how does it work. And if you go down, you can find even more information. This is something that I really recommend, highly encourage you to have a look to the website of the platforms that you want to use before using them, because it really gives you the opportunity to understand in which way they are headed, how they communicate, and to understand if that kind of project could have a future and if it really deserves to be used. Okay, going on, we can have a look to DeFi Llama and more specifically to the total value locked inside the platform. As you can see here, the platform was live from March and had a steady volume until the 26th of August. Since then, the total value locked has increased a lot, but even in this case, we are still talking about a platform that is really young with a really low total value locked. Right now, we are around 60 million because, for example, if we go back and we try to have a look to the ranking, at least on Solana, we will see that right now Mango Markets is here in the 14th position with a total value lock that is much more lower than what we are seeing, for example, on Saber that has more than 2.5 billion. So what we can understand from this kind of metric is that we are talking a really young platform. They are on the market since around 6 months, but users are just starting to use the platform right now. And it will take more time to understand if Mango Markets is a platform that users like to use to invest with, or is something that is just a good project that has a great view, because the view of Mango, that is something that at least personally I really appreciate, because I really like the way DEX are transforming themselves, becoming something more close on what we are used to see into the centralized exchange, so for example FTX, Binance or whatever. Let's have a look also to the Mango Market token. As you can see right now, the price of this token is around 28 cents, and as you can see, it has been listed by CoinGecko just recently, something more of a month ago, and the price has gone up from 22 cents to a maximum when it was the boom into the Solana ecosystem of 46 cents, and now has been around 30 cents. So we are talking about a token that has a price that is quite volatile, because it has done in not even a month an all-time high higher than the previous by 2 times, but also in not even 10 days it has gone back again at a similar level or where it was. So it's right now it's really young. Let's have a look also to the fully diluted market cap, and that's quite interesting because as you can see here, the total value market cap fully diluted is already around 3 billion, and with an actual market cap of almost 300 million. So what does it mean? It means that even if the project is young, it doesn't have any, or at least it's quite a small total value locked inside the platform, it already have a quite decent capitalization. It means that who is investing right now into the platform is believing that the platform has the margin to grow a lot from where they are right now. Okay, let's have a look to the platform, and once you have connected your account to the Mango platform, you can see that we are seeing here the Bitcoin Perpetual. What is it, a Bitcoin Perpetual? It is a future, so it means that if you are buying some Bitcoin Perpetual, you are not holding any real coin, but you are just holding a derivative that is representing Bitcoin. It means that you don't have your Bitcoin into your wallet, and you will not have the opportunity to use, for example, to earn some passive income from any other platform. At least right now there is no feature that allows you to use the Bitcoin that you are just buying through a perpetual contract and using them to earn some passive income on any other platform. What is interesting about this kind of tool is that you can use leverage up to 10 times. It's not yet like what is it on most of the platforms that are offering futures, that they are offering up to 100 leverage, but having anyway the opportunity to use a leverage X10 on a DEX, on a decentralized exchange, is something that is quite innovative and is quite good. It's really easy to use once you have connected your wallet and you have created an account, because you have to create an account. You have to go to account, after that create an account, you have to choose a name, let's say account 1. You have to choose the kind of asset that you want to add, let's say Solana, whatever. Choose the amount, you can just type it, or you can choose with the slider and confirm. Once you have confirmed it, you will see here the new account you have just created. When you go back to the trade account and you try to buy some, let's say for example Bitcoin in this case, at the price of 40,000, you have just to type here in the field USDC price, the price at you want to complete your order, and remember that you have to choose what kind of type of order you want to use, a limit order or a market order. The only difference between a limit order and a market order is that when you use a limit order, your order will be added to the order book. It means that when the price, for example, reach 40,000, my order will be triggered, and I will be buying the amount of Bitcoin that I have chose here in the field size at that certain amount of price. On the other side, if you choose market, as you can see here, if you choose market, you can't select the price, and the reason is that you will not add any order to the order book. You are just executing an order leveraging the order book. So for example, if I click, if I add a market buy, I will buy the first selling order that are available into the order book. So a limit order means that you add something to the order book. A market orders, it means that you take what is already written into the order book. When you use also limit order, remember that there are also two different options. The post feature means that by your limit order will be added to the order book, and you are assured that your order will not be executed before being added to the order book. And this is something that is really important because limit order and market order usually have different kind of fees. Usually limit order has a smaller amount of fees. So if you wanna pay less fee, it's quite better to use normally a limit order, but you have to be assured that your order has been placed into the order book. Otherwise, if it has been executed immediately, you will pay as you were adding just a market order. For this reason, if you add this kind of choice, the post feature, you are assured that your order will not be executed before your limit order will be added to the order book. So pay attention to this. The IOC, it means something else, and it means immediate or cancel. What does it mean? It means that or your order is being executed or immediately or almost immediately, it will be cancelled. Okay, understood this. I understood that once you have choose the price and the size, you are able to add your order or to directly buy through the market. This slide is what is enabling you to choose the leverage. Right now I can't use it because I didn't connect an account with cryptos inside, so I can't leverage my account. Because how does it work, the leverage feature? The leverage feature is taking as a collateral the amount of cryptos that you have deposited inside your account, because always remember that here you can choose, you can create as many accounts do you want, and each account will be used as a collateral to complete your leveraged trading. Remember that Mango works with a mechanism, with a logic of cross collateralization. What does it mean? It means that you can use all the asset. It's not important if you're using the same kind of asset to buy. Let's say that you don't need to have Bitcoin to trade with Bitcoin. You can have Solana into some Sol into your account and still trading with leverage with your Solana to buy some Bitcoin with leverage, and you can complete some other trading even on other kind of coins. It just means that the whole amount of coins of value that is inside your account will be used as a collateral for all the trades that has been done through that kind of account. Before going on to the other features of the platform, remember that when you are trading a BTC, a Bitcoin Perpetual, you have to pay some funding rate. The funding rate is what I have just highlighted here. Right now is around 0.049% and is paid hourly. Remember that this funding rate is what is paid when the price is the actual price of the Bitcoin perp into the platform is higher than the Oracle price that is written here. If it is higher, the long position will pay the short position. When it is lower, the short position will pay the long position. So don't use any perpetual contract if you don't have real clear in your mind how does it work, the funding rate, because it's something that you have to pay that are real crypto money, and it's something that can really be bleeding out your value from your investment. So pay attention, and this is something that is paid hourly. So every hour there is a funding rate to pay. Okay, actually the only perpetual contract is this one. All the other markets that are offered by the Mango Markets platform are margin trading. What does it mean? It means, for example, if we click on markets, we can find a complete breakdown of the all markets that are actually available. I said it's wrong because they have just added also the Sol perp. It is another contract with a logic of a perpetual futures, and that is quite similar to what we have seen just a moment ago with the Bitcoin Perpetual. Let's have a look also to a margin trading solution. Margin trading is quite close to what we have just seen with a futures. The only difference is that when you buy something with a margin trading account, you will be the owner of the cryptos that you are buying. So it means that those cryptos are real cryptos and are really added to your portfolio. So it's something that you can reuse as much as you want. The interface to place an order for a margin trading is completely similar to what you have seen into the Bitcoin Perpetual interface. The only difference is that here the maximum leverage is not 10, but it is 5. That is still quite a good leverage due to the fact that we are talking about a margin trading and not a future trading. Here are the same metrics and so on. Balances you can find here, and you can find also true information about deposit and borrow rates, because obviously if when we were talking about futures we have to pay the funding rates but there is no other interest on it, when we are talking about margin trading we are talking about something that is like borrowing some assets from the market. Let's say that you want to trade with 3 times the amount of Ethereum that you have on your portfolio. It means that you have to borrow the amount of Ethereum that are missing to reach the value that you want to trade with. Let's say that you want to trade with 3 Ethereum, you have just 1. It means that you have to use a leverage of 3, and it also means that you have to borrow 2 Ethereum, and the amount of interest that you have to pay is something that you can find it here deposit APY, borrow APR. Okay, understood this. I will show you also another interface. This one is the stats interface that is showing you all the metrics about the markets and the assets that are used into the Mango market. So it's something that could be really useful to understand what kind of fees you have to pay, what kind of borrow rates there are right now, what kind of utilization, and so on. Understood all the metrics and how the platform works, there is still one more important thing that you have to have completely understood to use correctly the Mango platform. And this is something that's quite close to what we are seeing most of the time in every time you are using any kind of margin trade account in any centralized exchange, or also when you are trading with futures in any kind of Binance exchange, FTX, and so on. And I'm talking about the liquidation. The liquidation on the last version of Mango is quite easy to understand and it's quite visual to take an eye on it. And all you have to do is to look at the health that is written here. This indicator shows you how you are healthy. If you are healthy at 100%, it means that you are not at risk of being liquidated. If your health goes down to 0%, it means that you are at risk to be liquidated. And how does it work? We can go to the documentation. I will leave you also the link if you want to go more in depth about it. It's quite simple to understand. And we can use this example here. Suppose a user deposits 10k of USDC and goes long 10 Bitcoin, and each Bitcoin has a value of 10k. That's just an example. We all know that Bitcoin is more valuable than just 10k. Then the user has 10 Bitcoin in asset and 90k in USD liabilities. It means that it has a net of 90k of USD liabilities. And why 90k? Because it's just the 100k position that he has bought in Bitcoin Perpetual, less the 10k that he already has inside of his account that are used as a collateral. So the difference is 100 less 10, that is doing 90k in USD liabilities. And to calculate your health, you have to do the calculation is, you can find the whole calculation here, but I don't want to bore you with too many calculations. I want just to explain how does it work. And if you want to calculate it, you have just to take the amount of asset that you have just bought. In this example, the amount of Perpetual that you have bought. Multiply them by a score of 0.95. That is the maintenance asset weight that you have to use to calculate the score, and it's written here. Less your liabilities. Okay, and the total right now is 5,000. That's good because the total has to always be higher than 0. The problem what is, if the price of Bitcoin goes down, you have a problem because your liabilities stay at the same value because you have to give back still 90k in USD. The problem is that your asset in the moment when the Bitcoin price goes down are losing value. So let's say that your price, for example, as they are saying here, goes down not anymore to 10k but to 9,400. It means that your maintenance health has a problem, because if you go to your 10 Bitcoin multiplied for the new price, that is 9,400, multiplied for the maintenance asset weight, that is 0.95, minus the liabilities that you have to return, it gives a negative value. it means that your position will be liquidated. So what does it mean? What we can understand from this kind of calculation, that you have always to keep a position that has a value, a total value between the asset that you own against the value that the amount of money that you have to give back, that has always to be at least 5% higher than the amount of money that you have to go back. And the logic, the mechanism is really close to what you are used to have in any kind of centralized exchange. But please don't use any kind of leverage if you don't have really clear on what are the risks, because leverage is true that can allow you to earn massive gains even if you have a small capital. The problem is that when the price is really volatile, for example with a flash crash and so on, you are at risk of being liquidated in a moment, and there is nothing you can do. If an asset is moving usually with a volatility of 20%, being exposed with a leverage that is higher than 3 times for a long period is crazy, because the risk for you to be liquidated is always higher. So do well your math and keep an eye on what is the volatility that is typical of the market that you are investing, and be aware in what kind of condition is the market that you are entering with leverage. Leverage can be used, and it's something great if you are an experienced trader and if you use it in a specific market condition that you are sure, or at least you are confident, that will allow you to save your ass. Sorry for the bad word, but the point is that it is something that is really delicate and really risky. Leverage, great opportunity, high risk. So do it only if you are aware on what you are doing. Okay guys, we have almost finished with this kind of video. I will do a brief summary and one final thought about Mango markets. Mango markets, I like the way they are working because they are creating a money market when people can lend and borrow cryptos, at the same time allowing users to use a trading platform like they were in a centralized exchange. And at least for me, this kind of view is what we will see in the next couple of years. The next couple of years, with any probability, at least I repeat, in my opinion, we will see a market that is going from centralized exchange to decentralized. So all of these DEX platform, like for example Mango markets, can have a really bright future from now on. The point is that we are still talking about young platform and a young market, so everything can happen. So use it, because I truly believe that's something that we have to learn to move in this kind of ecosystem, but be always aware of the risk, because liquidation, especially using leverage, is really risky. And if you want to invest in Mango, or in any case, be aware on what you are investing. This could be a great project, but at the same time is really young and has still to demonstrate everything. So don't rush things, do your math, understand what kind of strategy do you have in place and why are you doing something or not something else. Okay guys, thank you for following me, and if you have any questions, just write me in the comments and I will be more than happy to answer to you, and I will see you tomorrow with another videos. Bye guys.